Welcome to Just Beachy with Deb
and Wendy.
Growing up in the 70s in our Toronto Beach neighborhood was a time unlike any other. Bell-bottom pants, high handlebars and banana seats, water buffalo sandals, crazy adventures, and home with the streetlights. We have lots of stories to share.
So sit back and join us as we reminisce about the people and the times that shaped our lives.
This is the Just Beachy Easter quiz. Welcome from Wendy, Amy, and Deb. We have no idea what Quizmaster Amy's going to ask, but all we all know is that we'll have a blast. This is the Just Beachy Easter quiz. Welcome from Wendy, Amy, and Deb. We have no idea what Quizmaster Amy's going to ask, but all we know that as usual, we will have a blast. And I could go on and on and on, but I will end my song here.
So long. Yay! Welcome! Woo! Welcome to our special
today. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, celebration. Easter quiz.
Easter quiz. It's going to be great. Quizmaster Amy is joining us as a guest. We are on audio today because we all look like crap or feel like crap or whatever. But
the sun is shining outside, and we
beautiful.
actually have energy today.
We
Unlike
do.
our last week's podcast where it was fun.
It was fun.
We were a little draggy.
We were a little
But,
draggy.
we have new energy in the air because Amy's
right.
here. Yay!
Amy! Yes. So we are going to have a quiz, and then we're going to introduce a special segment of our podcast, which we're still figuring out on the fly, but bear with us.
We do a lot of.
We do. This is Seat of the Pants Radio. So
Hey, maybe we should change the name of our podcast. I like that. This is the Seat of your pants radio. Ho, 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 ho.
we could do
Oh,
that.
man.
Yeah. Just Beachy is now Seat of Your Pants Radio. Or maybe that could be our network, the Seat of Your Pants Radio Network.
Featuring the Just Beachy with Deb and Wendy podcast.
With Quizmaster Amy. Well, that's where we are. Now we're good.
All right, so we're going to start with the quiz.
Going to start with the quiz. Quizmaster
We know
Amy.
nothing what this is about.
I don't know. Explain
No.
the rules and the premise of this one.
All right,
If you
so
please.
this is Easter related with 3 categories. I did my best to try to figure out the names for each of these categories. So the first one will be Easter beginnings.
Ooh. Empty tomb.
Second category, Easter sweets and treats.
Mm-hmm.
And
chocolate.
third category, I'm calling Easter entertainment. A
Ooh.
category covering TV, Broadway, and movies.
Extravaganza.
Wow.
And each category will have 6 questions. I just went with all multiple choice. So whoever buzzes in first will get a chance to give their answer. And if you buzz in early, then I won't read out the rest of the options.
Mhm.
And if you don't get it right, then the other person gets a chance to steal.
Okay, Alex.
All right, so this will be my buzzin'.
And I had some very rude ones, but I decided not to use them. So I'm going to go with my chicken, which in itself is rude, but not like the ones we just edited. It was not good. This is a clean show.
Yes.
And each question will be worth 1 point.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll see
Okay.
how it goes. So I'll start with
Ooh.
Easter beginnings.
Ooh.
Mm.
In what country did the tradition of the Easter Bunny originate? Germany, the USA, or Denmark? Wendy?
I'm just going to say Denmark.
No. Incorrect.
Germany.
That's right, Debbie.
That was my first gut I thought, no, this isn't. She's throwing a curveball in here already.
Interesting.
Okay,
What
and
the
remember
heck was that?
for those of you, it's a motorcycle. My window's open.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought we were getting haunted.
I thought we were getting back to my sound effects there.
And just a reminder, if you're playing along on this podcast with us, keep track of your score too, right? We did say that at the beginning.
That's
so.
right. No, we should.
So, and right now, Deb's winning 1-0.
Always fun to let us know if you had any favorite questions or what new fact you learned, because I learned some new things creating this one too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We always do.
We do.
All right. While the Easter Bunny traditionally brings children eggs in Canada, what sort of critter delivers the goods in Westphalia, Germany? A robin, a fox, or a badger? Wendy?
I'm just going to say a fox.
Correct.
Yeah. That, I just guessed.
It carries an Easter basket with stuff in it, and it's kind of, it's a very smart animal. So that's the fox.
Does it have real rabbits?
Probably. Maybe.
Ooh.
Breakfast rabbits?
Don't they eat rabbits with foxes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're one of the other European countries. I think it could be possibly Sweden or Finland. Their animal that's supposed to bring the treats is a cuckoo bird.
Oh,
which I thought was interesting. But yeah, all right. Good work. You're tied 1-1.
Yeah.
So now, third question. And don't forget, they're all multiple choice. So it's up to you if you wish to hear. The Sunday before Easter is called what? Wendy?
Palm Sunday.
Correct.
Yeah.
that would be today when we're recording.
Yes.
My multiple choices I came up with were Thumb Sunday and Ear Sunday.
No, all I have in my head is from Jesus Christ Superstar. Hosanna, hey, Zanna, 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 Hosanna, hey, Zanna, Hosanna.
Sing along, everybody.
Hey, JC.
You're all right with me.
Yeah, something like that. Or would you die for me?
Or would you fight for me? Would you die for me?
I have to watch the movie. Damn it.
Yeah, I usually listen to it today, and I haven't yet.
Oh.
It's a great movie.
Picked up the 10 Commandments on sale from my Apple library, so Luke and I will watch that one.
Favorite part of the movie
What's the song, Wendy? Death comes to
me. Death set me free.
I just think of
she's standing at the window with the bars in it.
Yeah.
To Wong Fu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Moses. All right.
Great costumes in that movie, by the way.
Oh, excellent. 4 hours long, but
Yeah. Worth every minute.
And I think tonight or last night was Passover, so it's appropriate to watch it.
It's probably on Channel 11 tonight.
It probably is.
CHCH TV 11.
They played all the good ones. And Barabbas. And all the B-roll comes now. Yes.
All right. We got question number 4.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Buying what for Easter is said to bring good luck for the rest of the year? New curtains, a bouquet of tulips, or new clothes?
Oh!
Debbie.
I would say clothes.
That's correct.
Because that's what our mother did. She always bought us new clothes at Easter. Yeah.
That's why I went out today and bought myself something new.
She spent all her money on clothing for us, so she needed prosperity for the rest of the year. That's what it was.
All right, question 5. Dyeing Easter eggs is a tradition that began in which country? Greece, the Philippines, or Ukraine? Debbie?
That would be Ukraine.
I think that was me.
I heard the chicken.
Chicken came first, not the egg. We just solved the mystery.
I think my doot came before the.
Well, we can play it back later.
It's fine. It's fine.
We can't do an instant replay.
We'll let the listeners chime in on this one. Who won this question number 4? Is it Amy?
5.
5.
It was 5.
Okay.
So
All
what's the tie? Are we tied?
It is 3-2 for
We
you,
can't
Debbie.
be tied if it's number 5.
Well, I don't know. It's math.
Final question of the category.
All right.
Easter's date is determined by what? Oh, Debbie?
The first full moon after the spring equinox.
Yes, I had the moon, but yeah, it's related
Wow, she
to
didn't
the
even
lunar
wait
cycle.
for answers on that one. She knew.
I know this bloody well.
I guess she should.
That's why it's a movable piece, because every year the moon is in a different position in a different time.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's the lunar cycle.
Same with Passover,
and
too.
spring equinox. Yep, and
Yeah.
follow spring or
They have a
follows
different
Passover.
calendar. Yep.
All right. Well, we finished category 1 with Debbie in the lead of 4-2, which brings us to our second category, Easter
Bring it
sweets
on.
and treats.
This should be Wendy's category.
Easter
All right.
sweets and treats.
Following with multiple choice.
All right.
Approximately how many chocolate bunnies are produced each year? 70 million, 80 million, or 90 million? Wendy?
I'm going to say 90.
Correct.
Good for you.
Ding ding. That's
And
a
I
lot of
lot.
eat
bunnies.
80 million of them.
But they have to be Allen.
Yeah. Has to be Allen's chocolate. Or Carnaby.
Actually, from listening to your last week's episode, I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about now how funny it is that it's not just called Allen's chocolate, it's the Mr. Solid.
True.
That's
Or-
right.
They and of course then they had Mr. Nutty and Mr. Crispy.
They did. I forgot about those. I like the Mr. Crispy the best.
Yeah. The Rice Crisps.
Now, that one I would have noticed if you'd eaten. That one.
Yes.
Actually,
And
I
you
was
got-
gnawing away at the one you gave me last week and noticing my teeth marks and going, yep, same ones.
I had to get her an Easter bunny in a basket.
And she gave me lollipops, which are called Kitty Pops from Laura Secord. And they're like, I swear, a quarter of the size
They're
that they
hardly any-
were.
They're hardly big. And,
Oh,
and less
it's ridiculous.
wide, too. Yeah.
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 Nostalgia. The
Did
price
it taste
we
like
pay.
the old butterscotch, though?
Yes, it did. But,
Oh, that's...
you know,
You
not
need like
as-
3 of them to get a high.
well, basically. Basically.
That was funny.
Aw.
All right. Well, question number 2. Before 1953, how many hours did it take to produce a single marshmallow peep? 20 hours, 27 hours, 34 hours? Wendy?
I'm going to say 27.
Correct.
That's what I was going to say.
That was just a
27
guess.
hours to make
For
one peep? They must have cost $1 million.
What I went through. Now that you watch How Did This Get Made, and like they just pump them out.
Yeah. Like a conveyor belt. Yeah. Wow. Didn't know that. That's new. I didn't
Cray
know that.
cray.
Cray cray.
Cray cray.
All right. How many jelly beans are consumed by Americans each Easter? 13 billion, 16 billion, 19 billion. Debbie.
This is a guess. 16 billion?
Correct.
19 seemed a little much. Oh.
I wonder how much we consume or here in Canada, because I think we go more for chocolate.
I don't like jelly beans as a rule.
No.
They're too sweet. They're like little sugar bombs.
The ones at Christmas are nice because you get like a peppermint one and then
That's
like
true.
a coconut one.
Or the Harry Potter ones were inventive, the different
Yes,
flavors.
the Birdie's bots every flavor.
But yeah, but when I think of, going and looking at Easter stuff to buy, like that doesn't jump off a shelf to me. Jelly beans.
No. But they look like little eggs. Mom used to give them to us in our baskets. And it's probably because she could get a bag and give us a whole bunch each, like out of one bag. Economical.
That's why we have so many fillings in our head. This day.
Indeed.
Making the most for those Easter treats.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Coming up to question 4.
Okay.
Which baked good is a Good Friday tradition in England? Lemon meringue pie, millionaire shortbread, hot cross buns. Debbie.
Hot cross buns.
Correct.
Hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a
2
penny.
a penny, hot crust buns.
Good work. It is currently 6-4 for Debbie.
Oh, I thought you were ahead. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Math.
Question 5.
Even the chicken is surprised. Got his mouth open.
All right. Another English question. In England, a simnel cake is traditionally served at tea time at Easter. A fruit cake topped with 11 marzipan balls. What do the balls represent?
11.
11. Wendy?
This is probably totally wrong, but I was going to say the Stations of the Cross.
No, but I just realized this wasn't multiple choice.
But 11. Like I would think the nails on Jesus, the cross, or it had something to do with Jesus, I would think.
Yeah.
11.
Yes, it is.
The disciples without Judas.
Yes. That's correct, Amy.
Oh. How many Stations of the Cross are there?
14,000.
I should have known that. Because of my catechism classes before I married Bruce. I don't remember.
But yes, it's the apostles minus Judas.
Oh.
Yeah. Those English
represented
people,
by
boy.
marzipan balls.
Let's eat them up.
Yeah, I meant to look up what this actually looks like. I'll have to do that after.
Seriously.
It sounds like a lot of work to me.
Actually, let's see if I can find it.
Maybe we could do them with jelly beans.
You'll have to post online after this podcast gets posted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't think I've ever had one. I've had a hot cross one.
Here, I'll share it in our chat.
No,
Message everyone.
but
Studio
our
chat.
listeners won't see it.
No.
No, but we'll include it.
No,
It'll
That's
be a
interesting.
mystery. Ooh.
Made with fruit, dried fruit, oranges, butter,
Interesting.
almonds.
Simnel cake. I've never heard of this cake before.
I have a simnel, but I didn't.
Very interesting.
Oh, it's around the edges. So it's like it's actually a big cake with not just like a little cupcake
No.
with
No, topped with marzipan and decorated with.
like little flowers. It's little balls. We will.
I feel like it
post a
would taste
picture.
like a Christmas cake. Remember?
Fruitcake
Yeah, it is
inside,
a
yeah.
fruit cake. Yeah.
Yeah. Because what was
No
it?
booze.
The sauce, totally unrelated to Easter. But what was it? Because I know Mom, she liked her fruitcake, and she made that sauce.
The
Was it
brandy
a-
sauce.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So I wonder if they would kind of give it that flavor.
I don't
Maybe
know.
if they were made with brandy.
It would
But I
be
can remember
preferable
her
with
making
brandy.
this on the stove, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she used brandy.
It's the only thing that made it edible was the sauce.
Of course, the alcohol all cooks out too.
Yes.
Oh,
I can
Wendy.
smell it.
Sorry, I digress.
I can smell it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm smelling it. It was brandy. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Our final question for sweets and treats.
Ooh.
When were Cadbury cream eggs introduced? 1950, 1963, or 1971? I heard
I'm going to
Wendy.
say 71.
No.
What was the middle one?
1963.
I think it was that one.
Correct.
Well, you would know
Debbie.
because you're that much older than I am.
I'm old. Okay. All right. I know.
Oh,
I remember when they came out. I remember that that whole marketing thing where you have the egg and it the rabbit clucks. It's kind of funny.
I don't remember that at all. I was only 2.
It always showed
Well, they
an
use that
Easter bunny
marketing
laying the
through
eggs.
the years. That's right. There was.
But I don't
great.
think we ever got them in our Easter baskets. That's probably why I don't remember them. I remember
No.
giving them to my children.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, no, I think later on we did. I think.
But I never liked them. I don't like them myself.
No, they're very rich, but they look like there was a yolk and egg white inside, which is
Yes.
kind of.
No, I don't think they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to take a look. But apparently, never mind. I was going to refer to a TikTok I saw where a Canadian guy compares U.S. and Canadian products. And he was saying that the U.S. is supposed to be better than Canadian. But then he corrected himself because it's actually Canadian dairy milk chocolate in ours.
Well, there you go.
And that makes it number one.
Elbows up.
Elbows up.
Even with Easter eggs, man. Although eggs
Canadian
don't have
Easter
elbows.
is already instantly better because we have Kinder eggs.
Yes.
They're illegal in the States.
That's right. That's right. But they're not Canadian. They come from Germany, I think. They come from Europe somewhere.
Well, they're still delicious and better.
Kinder, that means child in German. Yeah, yeah. Well, they are delicious. But
They are.
yeah, all the federal regulations have gone out the window, and they still ban Kinder eggs.
All right.
All right.
Ladies, the score is currently 8-4 for Debbie.
Oh, wow.
So, Wendy, if you grab these, you could have an excellent finish. Perhaps win. There are 6 questions remaining.
There you go. You still got a chance.
And I've double checked. These are all correctly multiple choice.
Okay.
Third question. Easter entertainment.
Bottom.
Who wrote Easter Parade? Billy Wilder, Irving Berlin, George Abbott. Wendy?
Irving Berlin.
Correct.
You know, a lot of our big holiday extravaganza music was written by Jewish people. You know, all the Christian stuff. It's true. It's true. White Christmas, Irving Berlin. He was wonderful.
All right. Question number 2. Which actress starred opposite Fred Astaire in the musical Easter Parade? I heard Wendy.
Judy Garland.
Correct. Ooh,
Yes.
it's a nail biter now.
Oh,
Okay.
it's kind
I'm going to do a little happy dance right now. Hang on.
Oh, she's a Highland lassie.
Fling it, Wendy, fling it.
Strip that.
I know I'm
willow.
still down, but I know up 2. Okay.
That was,
Okay.
that was very
I don't want to
entertaining.
get. I don't want to get too confident. Okay.
It's a good thing they can't see you dancing on.
In what year did the Peanuts Easter special, It's the Easter Bagel, Charlie Brown, debut on CBS? 1972, 1974, or 1977?
Oh,
Debbie?
I'm going to say 74.
That is correct.
Mm.
3 questions left.
Uh-oh.
Score,
In
please.
Perry Como's Easter by the Sea from 1978, we learned that which actress was his actual goddaughter? Debbie Boone, Carly Simon, or Jane Seymour?
Who was the actor?
The Easter special?
Yeah.
Perry Como.
Perry Como. Okay.
I'm going to say Debbie Boone.
That is correct, Wendy. In that same special, he was kissed by Shamu the whale because it was filmed at SeaWorld in San Diego.
Oh, wonderful. How nice for him. He's not known to be excitable, that man. So that must have been a,
Do you remember the SCTV one with
with him
Eugene
lying
Levy?
down.
Yeah, that he couldn't stand singing any of his songs. He
He
had
was
to
so
be
relaxed.
carried or lie down.
Exactly.
All
But
right.
man, that man could sing.
He could.
Absolutely.
And he did.
Score, please, Amy.
The score is currently 9-7. There are 2 questions. When Debbie is currently in the lead. So it's if Wendy gets these next two questions, then she will have tied it.
Do you have a tiebreaker question?
I will have to quickly look up one.
Because she's like coming up the rear real fast, man. Okay.
All right. Question 5. Who wrote Jesus Christ Superstar, the musical? Broadway musical. Yes, Debbie?
Would that be Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice?
That is correct.
Wait for the multiple choices.
No. Who did you have as the multiple choice?
Stephen Sondheim, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Tim Rice, and Alan Menken. I just looked up.
Sea.
I need some.
Jesus Christ. It could have been a whole different musical. That would have been.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Well, before I go to the next question, at least we got to acknowledge Debbie is today's winner. But now it's time to see if Wendy can get that one last point. Or
I don't know.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Jesus of Nazareth was a TV miniseries from 1977. Which actor portrayed Jesus?
Oh my God.
Ian Holm, Michael York, or Robert Powell? Wendy?
Robert Powell.
Correct.
Because I'm happy, clap along if
lot of music happening right now.
Actually,
Does not go well with
I own that series, Jesus of Nazareth,
wow.
which
You
is
do?
amazing on
it is good.
DVD.
Absolutely.
And I watched the first part last year, and I never got to the second part.
Oh,
So since
spoiler
Easter hasn't
alert.
happened yet, I may spend my evenings this week watching.
well,
the second part.
you've got a lot
It's
of
so
things to
powerful.
watch.
And the stars in it, right? It's
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah.
Bancroft, like,
Yeah. Oh, she was Mary Magdalene, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a really good, very well produced.
It was.
Too. Yeah. You've got a long list of things to watch.
I do,
between now.
apparently.
Wendy admitted to us before we went on air that she has never seen either sister act. We are both aghast.
Yes. This
We
is.
were like how? How not?
I still don't understand how I lived with her.
I
and
know. I know.
did that whole
I know.
thing. Yes.
Honestly.
I was busy in your teens, Amy. I was working full time. I was working Weight Watchers in the evenings, you know.
But you had time to watch your soap.
No, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Well, thank you, Quizmaster Amy.
Yeah,
that was a
great.
wonderful. That was very good.
Yay.
I learned a lot.
And there's lots more to look at. Wonder if you go up there. Easter around the world is certainly interesting.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, in talking about Easter yesterday, Amy and we went on a road trip yesterday. I drove into Toronto because we were going to go to the Pig Freen outlet. And I can't think of the proper name of it, but it's across from Pig Freen's on Bermondsey and O'Connor.
Mondelez.
Yeah, something like that.
International.
It's been there forever.
Great seconds from Pig Freen's, and they have lots of Easter chocolate this time of year too. So that was the plan. So Amy comes out to my car, and she goes, "Little Britain." And for those that don't know Little Britain, there is a great little bakery there called Butter Tarts and More, and they make the world's best Chelsea bun ever, and veggie bread, which is standard. We have to always buy that. So an hour and a half later, we're in Little Britain. And then it's like, want to go to Campbellford to the Empire Cheese Cooperative?
Since we're out this way.
It's only an hour and a half more away. Sure. And then we're seeing signs saying Ottawa. And it's like, why don't we just go to Ottawa for the night? We don't need to go to Campbellford. Anyways, but we did. Got our cheese. But then certain parts of the drive, Amy divulged, this is when you told me there was no Easter bunny.
Oh.
Apparently it wasn't Easter time. But so that was kind of funny, just that memory. But I wanted to ask Amy if she had any other memories of Easter from growing up in the Beaton clan that she'd like to share?
Sure. Easter. I remember Easter mornings were always fun. We usually did get a new dress to wear to church and or to different grandmas that we were going to visit,
Right.
grandmas or Grammys.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I remember we'd wake up and we didn't. It's not like Christmas morning where we had to wait for everyone else to wake up because the table was always set, and when we sat around the table, we never switched spots. Everyone was like, "This is where you always sat. You never differentiated."
Right.
And so we'd all have on our plate, it would be our Easter basket with different goodies, like the Allen's Easter bunny, different candies, maybe Kinder. And what always stands out too for me is that Dad was the only one who ever had a white chocolate bunny. So the rest of us are always milk chocolate, but he always had the white chocolate one. And I can remember when we were still at Graydon Hall, and that I think was the only time that we ever had an Easter egg hunt amongst us, because that was before we had pets. And it's like, I can remember it was the sugary large eggs, I guess maybe like the size of your thumb. They may have also been Allen, but it was kind of like they had the candy coating on the outside. The inside was white and they were kind of hollow. And I remember looking behind or finding a cluster of them behind your wedding photo. It's so specific of, I see our couch, I see the end table. I know next to the lamp where your wedding photo was on display, and you had hid 3 of those eggs behind it. And grabbing those ones. And then like other Easters where we spent an Easter at my dad's brother, so Uncle Bill and Aunt Karen's house. And Karen had done an Easter egg hunt for us, but it got incredibly warm. And so all of the eggs that she had hid in the grass melted. So when you grabbed them, they were just for soft and squishy Reese peanut butter eggs that you had, either you took the risk of like, it's just melted mess, or
That's too bad.
yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was fun. Yeah.
But no, Easter dinners were always good. Nice ham dinner, and I don't think we ever really had ham any other time of year.
Probably not.
That's a tradition. We always had ham. Grandma always had ham. Mom always had a ham.
She put on the pineapple and stick the cloves in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bake it till it was dead. And,
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from Easter, though, another thing on our journey yesterday, which Deb kind of mentioned, that we're coming up with a new segment. We're not going to do it every week, and we don't really have a name for it yet. But in listening to my songs that I made Amy and Jura listening to on this road trip,
I enjoyed them.
Yeah, we have the same taste, 70s and 80s and 90s, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we agree on that. But one of the songs, that the first time she heard it, she's kind of like, wait, what? And that could be the name of our segment. I'm not sure yet.
It could be.
Wait,
what?
What? And we're going to come up with a certain theme music for it too, which Deb's going to be working on. So when you hear this music or this sound bit, okay, they're going to talk. But this song that we're going to talk about this week, just briefly, we don't need to do too deep of a dive, but it's Tie a Yellow Ribbon by Tony Orlando and
Dawn, yes.
So if you kind of think about the words, which I'm sure if you're from that decade, it automatically is bang in your head, right? So, Amy, if you would like to bring up your point as to why we thought this would be a good idea, and it makes total sense, and I've never thought of it. This is from an 80s baby, totally different perspective on the song that, we just took for granted.
That's right.
Just what stood out for me was when he sings, "It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me?" And I kind of I stopped and I had to ask Mom, wait, so she hasn't seen him for 3 years, assuming that they had visitations. he's just taking a chance. He doesn't even know if she still lives at that house. And it was just very funny to me. If I remember right, this is the guy that sings the knock 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So,
We can talk about that one another
Yeah.
time too.
I enjoy that song a lot.
Booty
That
call.
one's so goofy to me. But
But it's true. Like, did she not go see him? Like, did she not have a car? Did she not have a way of transport?
And she's not, it's not from her perspective, it's from his. Like, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, like do that, because I'm coming home or coming to you.
Yeah.
Like, there's
it
a big
seems
question
that
mark.
she would have
she
been
didn't even
aware.
meet him, right?
No.
When he gets out of jail, he has to take a bus.
You have to wonder what he's doing, what he did,
Oh, if you received my letter telling you I'd soon be free. So he's made her aware he's getting out. But during that time, she's never taken any care to go see him.
He's not
or
talking about, we had a great
perhaps-
visit last year, baby.
Yeah. You'll
How's
know
the-
just what to do if you
How's
still
the
want
dog?
me.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the build up at the end. I mean, he can't look, right? He's having the people on the bus look. But it's not just one yellow ribbon. It's 100 yellow ribbons around the old oak tree.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, the whole damn bus is cheering.
Yeah.
I can't believe I see.
But there's
Oh, and then
no
it says,
mention
"I'm
of her
coming
out
home."
there, right? It's all he sees is the ribbons. I mean, maybe she's just put them out there, went, ha ha,
And she doesn't live there anymore. I took the dog, we moved.
But here's your ribbon.
Yeah, because maybe like one ribbon around the tree was, "Hey, I love you still," but what if 100 was the opposite of "Do not come, caution, caution, get out of
It
here"?
was yellow police tape. That's what it was. Caution tape.
Yeah.
So
So
the whole
anyways,
damn bus is cheering because they realize she came to her senses and welcoming him back.
Oh
I'd
my
like to know
God.
what he did.
Yeah, I think that's a question that needs
Let's
an
look
answer.
it up. Anyone who wants to do a deeper dive, go in. What do you get in prison for 3 years for?
Back from 1973, what kind of crime could you commit where you
Well, and it would have been 1970 when he performed it. So this is, and maybe, a year before he got sentenced in prison. So, what are we talking? That's pretty specific. 3 years.
There we go.
Long
Anyways,
years.
that was our first segment of Wait, what? Hope you enjoyed it.
If you have any songs that you want us to look at, just send them along. We'll be happy to.
any song that you've enjoyed that you share with someone and
want
then
us
it's
to
like,
destroy.
wait,
I mean,
what?
Let's say there are some very questionable songs that it doesn't take a long time to think
No.
about lyric wise. Like
No.
that we sang and bopped to,
I didn't think twice.
No. Through the lens of 2025.
Yes, exactly.
What did they say? Yeah.
So every once in a while, we'll throw one of these in just to kind of, add a whole new element to this podcast.
This is part of our flying by the seat of the pants.
Production
For you. For you. We aim to please.
Yes, got to
Yes.
keep it interesting.
That's right.
Anyways,
Well, we have been at this for a bit, folks, but it has been delightful. Quizmaster Amy, you are just a gem.
as always, I think our next quiz obviously
10 out of
will be
10.
for the May 2-4 weekend, right? So that's just a given. So we'll definitely have you back then.
And we'll have to drink beer too.
Yeah,
Oh,
We'll have to get a 2-4.
a 2-4
The 2-4 for the
for May
2-4.
2-4.
I don't think it is anymore then. It used to be 2-4. Why did they change that? I don't know. It's different now.
It's true.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, was it just because you drank a 2-4 beer? I mean, the weekend was more than 24
No,
hours.
it's the Queen's birthday.
I
I
know.
know.
But why?
No.
How did it become the May 2-4? May 2-4?
Because it's the 24th of May.
Not always.
Well, sometimes. No, well, that's the weekend. That's the weekend they decided. But I don't think now, it's more like the 19th or something. Maybe it's the third weekend in May. I don't know.
Well, I'm looking forward.
We need a clarification about this. If somebody could explain to us, maybe a
I always
monarchist
know it as May
out there.
2-4.
Yeah. That's when the cottage opens and people go away and things rev up for the summer.
It'll be on the old May 19 this year.
Yeah, that's right. May 19, I will be ordained 40 years because I'm old. 40 years. St. James
That's a
Cathedral.
long time.
Whoa, long time. I'm going to do-over. It was good. It was a fun day. I've got pictures. Anyway, well, thank you for listening to whatever this was.
Yes, it was so much fun.
Thank you, Quizmaster Amy. Let us know what you think of the new segment.
Yes, let us know on our page. Give us your thoughts. We're always open.
And if you've had Simnel cake, do you like it?
I'm sure there are listeners who've had that. Any monarchist or British heritage person will. So.
Yeah, we're not sure if we'll get a podcast out next week. Being the Easter weekend, people have plans and are busy. So if we're not back next week, you'll hear back from us in 2. But as always, our page is open, so feel free to post
24/7. Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.